So I have kind of an interesting topic today that I want to talk about. You guys can enjoy some Black Ops 1 combat training gameplay in the background while I grace your ears with my awesome voice or annoy the out of you because you hate it. But you know, people always talk about Call of Duty's success like it was about the games themselves, the maps, the guns, the campaigns, the zombies, and yeah, obviously the games had to be good for COD to blow up the way it did, but I don't think that's what made Call of Duty special.
Okay, that is the last time you were gonna pull that crap.
I think the real reason COD became the biggest franchise in the world is because of us, the players, the friendships. Now this might sound obvious, but the late night lobbies where we'd scream at randoms and make friends with strangers and trash talk until our voices were gone, COD wasn't just like a game. It was the place we hung out. Back then, you wouldn't hop on Call of Duty just because the Pick 10 system in Black Ops 2 was revolutionary or because Terminal was an all-time map in Modern Warfare 2. You'd hop on because your friends were on. You'd hop on because you saw that little green icon next to your buddy's name on Xbox Live or PSN. The game was just the excuse. The real reason you were there was because of the people. And that's the thing nobody talks about today. Call of Duty wasn't just the king of FPS because of its content. It was the king because it nailed the social experience better than any other game had ever done before. You'd load into a lobby and instantly hear a mix of trash talk, laughter, arguments, people just sitting there listening to music, and it was just pure chaos. You'd meet random people who would become your new duo. You'd 1v1 someone on Rust or Nuketown at 2 a.m. because they said you were trash. You'd get into clan wars with kids from another school. COD wasn't just about gameplay, it was a social network before social networks were even really a thing. And it was organic. None of it was forced. No algorithms, no skill-based matchmaking, no lobby disbanding after every game. You played with the same people match after match. If you lost, you'd rematch them immediately, and that rivalry would build. You'd trash talk, you'd laugh, you'd make friends. You had a community right there in the game. Compare that to COD today, it's just not there anymore, and I don't think it's just like nostalgia talking. The structure of the game has fundamentally changed. Now every single match feels isolated. You finish the game and boom, the lobby disbands. There's no rematching, no rebuilding rivalries, no sticking around to see that guy you just destroyed get mad because his voice was funny every time he raged. The entire dynamic is gone. And then there's obviously skill-based matchmaking. I get why it exists, I really do. The idea is to make matches more, in quotations, fair. But here's the problem. COD was never about perfectly balanced matches. COD was about fun. COD was about dropping 40 kills on some randoms one game and then getting absolutely smoked by a group of, friends the next. That unpredictability made the game electric. Now it feels like every single match is a tournament. Sweats versus sweats, no variety, no chaos. It kills the casual vibe that made COD lobbies so fun to begin with. And don't get me started on comms bans. Back in the day, yeah, lobbies were wild. People said stuff they shouldn't have. It was unfiltered. But that's what made it memorable. Now you get reported for saying the wrong thing one time and suddenly your mic's muted for a week. It feels sanitized, like they've scrubbed away the personality from the game. And what if I want to hear those people that are comms banned? Because I think that kind of stuff is hilarious. I think it's funny. I like just seeing how stupid these people can be. I'm not saying COD should be toxic or hateful. That's not what I'm getting at. But the way we communicated, the jokes, the trash talk, the goofiness, it all built memories. Those moments stick with you. Ask anyone who's played Modern Warfare 2 or BO2 during their peak. They can still quote random lobby moments word for word. That stuff doesn't happen anymore. And then there's like the friends list. Back then, COD wasn't just a game. It was where your entire friend group played together. Everyone had their clans, their squads, their little inside jokes. You'd log in and immediately know who was online because you could see the whole party in the game itself. Now half the time your friends are on Discord or in different games. It's just not the same shared experience. I think that's the part of COD's success that nobody gives enough credit to. People talk about how COD isn't the same anymore. And yeah, part of that is on the games, the skill-based matchmaking, the operator bundles, the broken launches, but a huge part of it, and the biggest reason why I think Call of Duty got so popular, is the social aspect of the game. And we've all changed. Gaming has changed. Back then, COD was our hangout spot. It was like being at the mall after school, except online. That's where you talked, where you laughed, where you bonded with other people over the dumbest stuff. That chaotic, social, unpredictable COD magic is just gone. You can make the best maps in the world, you can make the most balanced guns, you can bring back classic things from OG CODs, but without that social energy, it won't be like them. And that's my hot take for today. COD's success wasn't just about content, it was about community. It was about connection. The games were good, no doubt, but I honestly believe the games themselves was not the biggest reason COD became what it did. It was because we were all there together, building something bigger than the game itself. And I think deep down, everyone knows it. That's why every time someone talks about peak Call of Duty, they just don't bring up their favorite map or weapon. They tell you a story. They talk about a lobby they were in, a clan battle, a ridiculous search and destroy lobby, or that random night they stayed up until sunrise with their friends. That's what made COD special. That's what made it massive. And I hope to get that same magic again soon, because COD's changed and so have we. The social aspect of the game, and I don't think it's talked about enough, is the biggest reason why Call of Duty was so successful, so loved, so widespread back in the day. Honestly, I think people just forget how social Call of Duty used to be. Back in the MW2 and BO2 days, joining a lobby wasn't just about queuing up for the next match. It felt like walking into a community. It felt like walking into a room with a bunch of other people. You'd load into a game and instantly there'd be noise. People trash talking, somebody blasting music through their mic, two guys arguing about who's better. Some random dude yelling about how bad the other guy is. Squeakers everywhere. It was chaotic, but that chaos is what made it fun. And the best part, you actually got to know people. You'd have these insane back and forth matches with the same group of people, and when the game ended, everybody stayed in the lobby and trash talked or told jokes. Nobody left because you wanted that rematch. That's where the rivalry started. That's where the friendships were built. Half the time, you would add somebody after a crazy comeback game, and the next thing you know, they were on your friends list for years and you continue to play with them. Even the Xbox Live reputation system, if you had PS3, you might not know about this, but it was wild. If too many people avoided you, your profile literally said, "Avoid me," in big letters. And instead of caring, most people wore it like a badge of honor. Yeah, everybody hates me. That's how you know I'm good, or that's how you know I'm annoying. It was part of the culture. And you got to remember, party chats existed even back then, but most of us didn't use it during COD. Why? Because the game chat there was fun. That's where the trash talk happened. That's where you'd clown the other team for not going outside. That's where you'd get roasted for camping in a corner. That back and forth made every match feel alive. Now you finish a game, the lobby disbands instantly. Nobody talks, and you never see the same players twice, unless you do due to skill-based matchmaking. That constant churn killed the magic. Back then, COD wasn't just a shooter. It was a hangout spot. It was Friday nights staying up until 3 a.m. with your friends in game chat, making memories you didn't even realize were special at the time. And I really believe that is the most important reason what made these Call of Duties so popular. That's why people look back on those games with so much nostalgia. Yeah, the maps were great. The weapons were iconic. The campaigns were amazing, but that's not what made it popular. It wasn't just the game we loved. It was the experience of the social aspect. Yeah, this is just my TED Talk, but let me know what you guys think down below. Do you think the social aspect of Call of Duty has been kind of weaned off? Do you think it needs to come back? Do you think it's the biggest reason why Call of Duty blew up? Let me know down in the comments below, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.